Mm. All right, good afternoon and morning to all of you. How are you feeling today? As we wait for more people to join in, probably it will just be important that even as you join in, you can put in the chat box a little introduction, your name, organization, or your expectations for today. All right, so it will be a good opportunity for us to get to interact even as we give more people some time, probably in the next 30 seconds to 1 minute to join in, and then we can officially start because of the time. So we'd be happy to get, some connections and some interactions going on in the chat box. As I start, my name is Sheila Waso, a program officer at Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa, and I'm excited to be here today. We also have a sign language interpreter with us, and we have closed captioning for this specific session. With the introductions, of course, this is Demo Day, Cohort 6, Innovate Now. I know some of us have interacted with Innovate Now and what Innovate Now basically does, but we'll also have some bit of details in the opening remarks from the director, Innovate Now. As we go on, some housekeeping. First, it will be important that all of us are muted unless you need to speak. We'll use the hashtags for social media, hashtag Demo Day, hashtag Inclusive Innovations. Kindly please remember to tag Innovate Now AT on Twitter, Innovate Now on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. I just want to have a quick run through the program even as we start. We'll have the welcome note and agenda overview, which is now from me. That's what is actually happening right now. Then we'll have the introduction to Innovate Now, stroke Demo Day, which will be done by Bernard Chira, the director, Innovate Now. We'll have some few key remarks from Ben Hardman, the head of innovation ecosystems at GDI. Then we'll have our presentations. So our presentations, the presentation session is going to run for 15 minutes. Each venture will have 15 minutes to present. We have a total, 15, sorry. We have a total of 7 ventures. Of course, then it will be a session of 7 minutes for presentation. We'll have 5 minutes of question and answer from the judges as we move from one venture to the next. And then after that, we'll have a few minutes to just break and also have the judges deliberate on which is the best AT Innovation 2022 as far as cohort 6 is concerned. And then after that, we'll have the award ceremony where we'll be recognizing and awarding the winners. Okay, thank you very much. I see there's some interaction going on in the chat box. There's Stefan, who is from Hypnagogic React. He says he's looking forward to questions and connecting after the event. That is very wonderful. Guys, let's keep chatting if we can, introducing ourselves, because this is also a good opportunity for us to, interact, network, and see what are the other ways or avenues of collaboration that we can exploit. Okay, great. I'd like to see some more introductions coming in. Some more introductions coming in will be wonderful. Please feel free to say your name, say where you're from, say where you're joining us from, and what you expect from this specific session. At the end of this session, the other thing we'll be having is a poll where, from everyone who is listening in, we'd like to know who, according to you, has, in terms of the ventures and the presentations that have been done, has the most impact or is likely to have the most impact. So that's a poll that we'll be doing. So it's important that you also listen in carefully and be able to assess and give us that feedback. You never know, that might add up to, the marks as far as the winner of this specific innovation is concerned. Okay, thank you very much. So at this point, would like to go to the introduction to Innovate Now stroke demo day, and I'd like to invite Bernard Chira, the director Innovate Now, to give the opening remarks.
Thanks, Sheila. I hope I'm audible enough. My name is Bernard Chira. I'm the director at Innovate Now. I am wearing a yellow shirt today, and I am, for those who have visual impairment, I'm trying to do a descriptive introduction. I have a sort of an afro and a small goatee. But in any case, that's not the point for today. So the point for today is to welcome you to Innovate Now Cohort 6 Demo Day. Innovate Now is Africa's first assistive technology accelerator, powered by the Global Disability Innovation Hub and Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa. We focus on supporting assistive technology founders and build the foundations of entrepreneurial success. Stop an echo, sorry about that. Let's see what's happening. Yeah. I think I'll fix this before I go on. Maybe we can move on to Ben, Sheila. Sorry about that.
All right. Thank you, Bernard. We'll be able to get back to you after this. I'd like to invite and get some key remarks from Ben Hardman, who is the head of innovations ecosystems at GDI. Ben.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I think the echo's gone now. Yes, thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Bernard. Hope you managed to reconnect. So I'm Ben Hardman. I'm representing GDI Hub, and my role is Head of Innovation Ecosystems. So today I'm wearing a white shirt and some glasses, and I've got short, dark hair. So firstly, I wanted to say a massive thank you to Bernard, Joan. I can't mention the whole team, but the whole Innovate Now team, and including that Kilimanjaro Blind Trust. And it's a thank you for building the Innovate Now platform over the past 3 years. So an incredible amount of time, effort, energy, and passion has gone into this. But also it's in kind of delivering what why we're here this afternoon, which is set to be a fantastic showcase of ideas, talent, and entrepreneurship. So access to assistive technology, as most of you know, is a wicked problem, and it's a problem for billions of people all over the world. It's a global problem, but it does have significant local context. So it's great personally, actually, to be in Kenya this week with the Innovate Now team to develop my own knowledge and understanding of the challenges faced by disabled people across Africa. But where there's a problem, there's a solution. And where there's a solution, there is an opportunity. So at GDI Hub, we are problem solvers. And our driving purpose is to make the world a fairer place. That's the problem we're trying to solve. So I'm really, really energized to be surrounded by like-minded people. I'm really excited to see the pictures, and very honored to be part of the judging panel too. So the 7 founders today are already doing amazing things, and clearly have a strong human purpose to what they're doing. So whatever happens today, as people with those ideas and that passion, you must keep going. You're now part of an exciting ecosystem. It's young, and it's very early. So it is growing rapidly, but there is much to do to strengthen the environment around access to assistive technology. And our work as GDI Hub focuses on trying to engage governments, NGOs, universities, entrepreneurs, corporates, and risk capital in service of building and strengthening these ecosystems. So we want to create pathways for assistive technology to scale nationally, but also regionally and globally. So that's our purpose. We're part of this ecosystem, and we're growing too, and we're learning all the time. So we're really thrilled to be going on this journey with you all. So without further ado, I think what I would do is hand back to Bernard if your audio is working. So great to meet you all. Really excited to be here for the next kind of 2 hours, and yeah, looking forward to the afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you. So Innovate Now is Africa's first assistive tech accelerator, powered by the Global Disability Innovation Hub and Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa. Cohort 6 is a special cohort that is part of the Digital AT and Entrepreneurship Project that is made possible by the financial contribution of NORAD to help us scale access to digital assistive technology, as well as increase investment for the assistive technology ecosystem in East Africa. So today we are very excited to present to you 7 ventures from across Africa, really. It's the most diverse cohort yet at Innovate Now, with representation from Zambia, South Africa, Tanzania, and Kenya. And we hope that you can cheer on our founders and connect with them. The Demo Day platform really is all about connecting assistive tech entrepreneurs to the world and to show what they have to offer. And we hope that this is a beginning of a journey of greater connections, investments, and many relationships that will be built from here. So I'd love to welcome you all, and hope that you will enjoy listening to our entrepreneurs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bernard and Ben, for the few remarks. And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen who've joined us. I see there's a bit of connections and networking going on in the chat box, which is very good. We have people from all over so far. I've seen Uganda, I've seen London, I've seen South Africa. This is very commendable. Please continue introducing yourselves, the organization that you work for or are affiliated to, and any expectations that you have for the day. Now, at this point, I think it's important that we now go to the main agenda of the day, which is the presentations. But before that, we have judges who, again, will be assessing these presentations and, giving feedback and rating them based on a few items that probably they'd want to share with us when that time comes. But before we go to the presentations, it will be important to know who our judges are. So I'd just like to introduce them. Probably they could say hi because of the time. Our first judge is Jonas Tesfu, who is the founding trustee, Pangea Trust. Jonas, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Looking forward to hearing these amazing pitches.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonas. Our next judge is Michelle Mboha, investment manager in Nua Capital. Michelle.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Very excited to meet the 7 businesses.
Excellent. Welcome, Michelle. We also have Julius Mbura, who is an accessibility expert, advocacy officer at Enable. Julius.
Hello, everyone. It's super amazing to be here and to hear about innovations and assistive technology and what technology is doing for persons with disabilities. My name is Julius Mbura, your judge for the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julius.
I forgot to mention I'm blind. So yeah, I always forget that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. VIP, right? Okay, next
yes.
We'll have Ben Hadman. Ben, say hi. I know we've heard from you.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, just to repeat, I'm representing GDI Hub. Work really closely with Bernard and the rest of the team out in Kenya. My role's innovation ecosystems. So yeah, great to be here this afternoon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is our panel of 4 judges. And straight away, we'll go to our first presentation, which will be coming from Seizure Assistant. This is Bright Bwalwa from Zambia. Bright.
All right, greetings to you all. I hope I'm audible enough to everybody. My name is Brian Wadia, as has been stated. And my presentation is on an innovation called Seizure Assistant. I'm just going to share my screen here, just so that everybody can be able to see a little bit of what I have to share with you. Just give me a minute to share.
Hi there, I can share your presentation, your video.
All right. Sorry. It's okay, Luis. I can share from my end. I have all of them lined up.
Right.
Okay.
All right. We're going to get the presentation from Bright. It's being shared now by Kate. The presentation from Bright is being shared now.
All right.
Hi, meet Hope Sikuka. She had her first seizure when she was only 2 months old, a case which was handled through medical treatment but happened again when she was 1 year old. Because epilepsy was not known to the family, Hope's case brought fear to them and they settled with the idea that their child was bewitched. Now 28, she has lived a life of stigma and isolation with the family dragging her to the next available prophet for an exorcism. This has caused a traumatic effect on her and she has since signed herself up for counseling to help. Hello, my name is Bright M. Walia. I grew up knowing nothing about epilepsy until 2016 while pursuing my degree in IT when I suffered my first seizure. I was later diagnosed with epilepsy and a life of stigma on campus started. I did my fair share of research around the condition until one evening I suffered a seizure and woke up to an exorcism, a situation that opened my mind to the ignorance around epilepsy. Allow me to demystify epilepsy. It is a neurological disorder which causes recurrent unprovoked seizures. Its causes are many, but all lead to abnormal brain cell activity, which causes seizures. Sikuka and myself identify with over 10 million people in Africa who are living with epilepsy. Zambia alone has over 800,000 recorded cases, with many more not recorded due to mythical beliefs that epilepsy is a demon. Because little is known about the condition, the right first aid care cannot be provided, leading to high injury rates because in moments of a seizure, people are left with no help. Many patients are denied access to education, access to social engagement, and even jobs. Due to my own experience and many others like Sikuka, I kept reflecting on how to resolve this ignorance challenge and asked myself, what if I could tell the people around me what to do when I am having a seizure before I have one? And so the mobile application Seizure Assistant was created. It allows people with epilepsy or any convulsive disorder to call for help in a moment that they are about to suffer one, displaying the first aid details to ensure the right care is given in the moment. Other features allow someone to better manage their condition, improving quality of life, and additionally, the masses can learn about epilepsy, reducing the rate of stigma. How many would know what to do if Hope was walking in your direction and suffered a seizure? Some people living with epilepsy get an aura, a series of occurrences that tell them that a seizure is about to happen. When they get this aura, they can press the panic button and the application sends a free SMS with their location to set emergency contacts. The application then plays a set SOS sound to get the attention of the people around while displaying the first aid instructions on the screen. With Seizure Assistant's aid, everyone who picks up Hope's phone will know what to do to help her and anyone using the application. For people with epilepsy who don't get auras, children or those with no smartphones, a neural detector worn around the ear will be used to detect when a seizure is about to happen. Then send a signal to a smartwatch, which sends the SMS, plays the audio, and displays the first aid instructions. Our revenue streams include user subscriptions, advertisement fees, counseling sessions, and seminar fees, and commissions from health insurance plans for people with epilepsy. Our cost structure includes 30% cost of customer acquisition, 15% cost of production, with 20% cost of operations. A number of applications are available on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store trying to solve this challenge. However, our competitive advantage includes our interaction with patients, which helped us know their needs, our interaction with epilepsy organization, which helps with application marketing and distribution, our interaction with neurologists, which has allowed us to share genuine information about epilepsy for stigma eradication, and our founder, being someone living with epilepsy, has given us a first-hand insight on the needs for people with epilepsy, which has birthed the numerous helpful features which no other application has. Our product targets people with epilepsy and mental health conditions, caregivers, and knowledge enthusiasts.
Our current total addressable market is 50 million, with a total serviceable market of 10 million.
We intend to acquire at least 60% of the 800,000 people living with epilepsy by the end of 2024. Our go-to-market strategy includes working with advocacy camps and pro-inclusive and assistive technology institutions such as International Bureau for Epilepsy, Epilepsy Alliance, International League Against Epilepsy Africa, and among others. Our team comprises neurologists, counselors, business development, product engineers, and our plan for the next 2 years is to launch the final product in Kenya and Zambia, hire a full-time team, invest in marketing activities, and grow our market share to reach 1,800,000 users by the end of 2025. To achieve our company growth, we seek to raise $160,000. 30% of the fund will go towards product development, while 70% will be distributed among team, market, and business development. We also seek to partner with organizations of people living with epilepsy in East African region to enable us launch successfully. These are my contacts. I look forward to connecting with you to explore partnerships that will help people living with epilepsy manage their conditions better, and others to not see epilepsy as a demon. This will reduce the stigma around it. Thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. That is Bright Bwalia from Seizure Assistant. What would you do if somebody in your environment or near you got a seizure attack? Bright has developed an app to help with just that and many more. At this point, I'd like to welcome the judges in case there are any questions. Also, for our audience, in case you have any questions, please feel free to use the webinar chat. You can be able to ask any questions, and if we have time, we'll answer. For our founders, I'd like to request that when you're answering questions, please remember that you only have 5 minutes, so make sure that you're clear, concise, and to the point. Judges?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Right, that's fantastic. Thank you. It's a wonderful concept you've got there. I had a question around the competitive landscape, because you mentioned a few of the other providers, products and services, and generally they seem a bit more focused. So my question is really, why have they chosen that path? And I guess what is your, if you could boil your product down to an MVP, what would it be? Because it's a feature-packed proposition you have there. So what's the thing that you really can't lose from your proposition?
What's a feature that we cannot lose from our proposition, you asked?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we have quite a number of features on the application, and the feature that cannot be lost, I don't know if I can narrow it down to one. We've got quite a number of features. I think the application is hosting about 12, major features, all of which have been added after some interaction with people who are actually living with these conditions and their families and their caregivers and so on and so forth. So I don't know if I'm answering your question rightly here, but we've got quite a number of features, all of which have been proven to be necessary and needed by the patients.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great. I think at this point we will move to the next presentation, and this will be from CrestNet VR. The founder is Dennis Mogi from Kenya. The presentation
Jonas had a question. Jonas had a question.
Sorry, Jonas.
No, that's fine, Sheila. Thank you so much for Bright Seizure. Very interesting presentation. I just wanted to ask a little bit about the function that you call the aura. So say that you get it blinking, right? The button as you showed in the video. What do you do? So if I have epilepsy, so for example, my sister has epilepsy, so it starts blinking. What do I do then? You know, so is it, you said that there was an SMS being sent, but is there any call to action from me, and what is the direct change that I will experience using the aura function?
All right, okay. So the aura is basically just a series of warnings to the person who has epilepsy. Say bright. My aura is basically a high heart rate and I get a panic attack. That's the aura that's warning me to say I'm about to have a seizure. And for me who gets the aura, the call to action for the mobile application is simply pushing the panic button that was highlighted or circled on the application. Once that panic button is pushed, then it triggers those other calls to action. The phone will start ringing, the free SMS will go to the set SMS, contacts, and they will get that warning to say Bright is having a seizure, and actually gives them a location of where I am. And so if you have to find me, you'll be able to find me. If I'm in the house and I'm having a seizure, say my bedroom, and you receive that SMS, there's a set tone that you'd be able to hear to warn you to say Bright is having a seizure in there. There are many SUDEP cases that we have. SUDEP basically just sudden unexpected deaths as a result of epilepsy that we have, where a person is having a seizure in the bedroom, in the same house, but people can tell that they're having a seizure. Or using or through seizure assistant, an SMS will come to a caregiver's phone, and that sound will be heard, and people will still be able to attend to that person knowing that they're having a seizure.
I see. Thank you so much for your elaboration. Very good explanation. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
All right. Because of time, I think we'll move to the next presentation. So we'll have Dennis Mogi from Kenya, who will be presenting on CrestNet VR. Dennis' presentation will be running from now.
That's great. I'll just share it. Can I just request that the sign languages also please sign during the video as well?
Yes, sure.
Hi, meet Janja, a 12-year wheelchair user diagnosed with dyslexia. He experiences challenges in reading text and remembering concepts taught in class. His teacher uses the traditional chalkboard and lecture style of teaching. As a result, Janja's academic performance is poor and is in the verge of dropping out of school because the teacher is not addressing his learning needs. Janja represents 11.4% of children with disabilities who often experience challenges paying attention, visualizing concepts, and retaining knowledge taught using the traditional style of teaching. This leads to poor performance in subjects that require them to process abstract concepts, retrieve information, and learn by doing. My name is Dennis Mogi, founder and CEO of CrestNet VR, based in Nairobi, Kenya. CrestNet VR uses virtual reality technology to address learning challenges experienced by learners like Janja. We do this by using immersive videos to illustrate and explain abstract concepts taught in class, and recreating real-life scenarios to deliver learn-by-doing experiences. The solution increases the ability of the user to pay attention, visualize, and retain knowledge by 75%. This works better compared to the 5% retention when traditional learning methods are used. We are the first in the market to offer immersive educational content for learners with disabilities. We curate the content with the help and input of special needs education and curriculum experts in Kenya. Our unique content is aligned to the competency-based curriculum offered in Kenya. Our target market comprises of primary, secondary, tertiary, and tertiary institutions offering educational training to persons with learning disabilities. The total addressable market in Africa for AR and VR market is projected to be $257 million by the end of 2022. In Kenya, the serviceable obtainable market is projected to grow to $15 million at the end of 2022. We target to reach 5% of this market. Our go-to-market strategy includes use of digital media marketing, VR demonstrations and exhibitions in schools, as well as conducting teacher seminars to increase knowledge on the use of virtual reality technology in education and drive its adoption in schools. Black Rhino is a pace setter in VR content production in Kenya, but have not measured into immersive educational content for learners with disabilities. Our competitive advantage is that we have specialized knowledge in disability inclusion, understanding of effective learning methodologies for children with disabilities, and assistive technology. Our revenue stream includes subscriptions, sale of VR kits, content sharing, and fees from training and consultancy projects. The cost structure comprises of content production, which takes 70%, customer acquisition costs at 10%, and operational costs at 20%. So far, we have a prototype that we have used to test our solution in 5 schools. Currently, I have been working with outsourced teams skilled in VR content production and running schools outreach programs. We are in the final stages of developing our minimum viable product. Our plan for the next 2 years is to establish a technical, marketing and partnerships teams to complete the product development, increase its visibility, and secure partnerships with key government institutions, schools, and NGOs for uptake of the solution and funding by March 2023. We project to sign up 8 schools and generate revenues of $50,000 by end of 2023 and grow it by 20% by end of 2025. For us to achieve the growth plan, our ask is $200,000, which will be used to complete the project, and the remaining 45% will be allocated to build a robust team, establish partnerships, and increase our market share. These are my contacts, and I look forward to connecting with you to improve the experiences of learners with disabilities, keep them in school, and secure them a bright future.
All right. Thank you so much. That is Dennis Mogi from CrestNet VR, who's developed VR headsets that will help to increase the learning outcomes for learners with learning disabilities. I'd go straight to the questions. Judges, any questions for Dennis?
Yes, Dennis, maybe you could just walk me through. You mentioned the current content is based on Kenya's CBC. How adaptable is your program to content from other education countries? So maybe Uganda, Tanzania, how adaptive is that?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Actually, looking at the content areas, we are focusing on STEM subjects. So basically, some of these concepts are universal across many countries. and also looking at subjects like geography and history, where we are looking at historical facts that cut across different countries across the world. So I could say universal content for that matter.
All right. Any other question from the judges?
Yeah,
Yes,
one from me, Sheila, if that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go, because I spoke before. You go.
Okay.
All right.
So my question is, what is the estimated cost of one unit, and will it be affordable, especially now that you're looking to work with schools and learners who are in school?
What we have now, of course, when you look at our revenue model, we are looking at doing subscriptions and also selling headsets and the like. At the moment, we are focusing on building up a subscription base where we will be charging $200 for access. But we know that gradually we shall have to come up with subscription tiers, which will be more accessible to different people who would want to access our content. Thank you.
All right, Ben, quickly, we have 1 more minute.
Okay, a quick one then. Thank you, Dennis. That's great. The question I had actually was, my assumption is that there are other solutions. There's a spectrum here where somewhere between the chalkboard, which is not working, and VR, other solutions exist. So could you just paint a quick picture of, what else exists there to solve the problem?
Basically, in our context, Africa context, East Africa region, and also in Kenya, when you look at what is existing to enhance, knowledge retention and retrieval, not many solutions are available, because a lot of what we have is content and use of virtual reality in the gaming industry, and not much that we've seen being brought into the education sector, and much so in the basic education level, where we want to support these learners from a very early age. So this is what I can say, that it's really a virgin market, so to say.
Great. Thank you, Dennis.
All right. Thank you. I just want to be sure that I'm not closing off any other judge who has a question. Okay, great. All right. So as we do, I'd just like to also give a sort of schedule on how the other ventures are going to run. I see a question on that in the chat box. We'll have DEFOP, then we'll have Celocare Technologies, Advanced Prosthetics, Braille Board, and lastly, we'll have Hypnagogic React. Kindly, it will also be good to get your comments and feedback or thoughts in the chat box on what you think about the innovations that we have and the ones that are being presented so far. So next, I'd like to invite Anne Gloria Njoki from Kenya, who will be presenting on DEFOP.
Meet Zawadi, a young deaf student who is recently enrolled in a deaf school with hopes and ambition to learn and transition toward his dream. However, Zawadi, despite being hopeful, lacks the key requirement to make his learning experience meaningful: lack of accessible learning content and platform in sign language, which negatively impact his learning outcome. Sadly, this identifies and represent 98% of the deaf learners in deaf learning institutions in Kenya and Africa, which are marked with very low academic performance and outcome. My name is Anne Gloria Njoki, founder of Deaf Outreach Program and developer of Deaf Digital Library, a learning management system that offers Kenya Sign Language accessible curriculum content for primary, high school, and vocational level. Our learning management system is designed to operate both offline on school's computer local host and online through cloud-based hosts. The online version of our learning management system is accessible on Google Store and web application. Both the online and offline versions have class and subject feature category for all levels presented in sign language with an ability for teachers' engagement. Our product offers a unique value proposition of being user-centered and committed to delivering on value. We are accredited by the Ministry of Education in Kenya and are the first in the market to offer curriculum-aligned based content. Currently, our revenue stream is from courses, enrollment fees on our technical and vocational school. We also generate income from fees paid by academic content creators who distribute their content through our learning management platform. Our cost structures goes toward content production at 50%, customer acquisition at 30%, and 20% going towards operation. The total addressable market currently stands at 20 million in Africa, with 1.8 in East Africa and 200,000 in Kenya. Our aim is to capture at least 45% of the Kenyan market in the next 3 years. Our unique value proposition is the fact that we have our own technical dev schools and have a good network with other dev schools in Kenya. This provides us a ready pipeline for uptake. We are also expert in dev-centered content creation. Other players in our field are Lugha Ishara and eKitabu. However, we have a competitive advantage due to our credential by the Ministry of Education, alignment to curriculum, and the delivery method that is user-centered. Our plan for the next year, in 2023, is to set up a filming studio. This will reduce the current production costs, produce and distribute content to Form 3 and Form 4, and onboard 10 deaf high school, as well as gather feedback from onboarded schools for further improvement. In 2024, the plan is to roll out the entire high school curriculum and onboard all the 30 deaf schools in Kenya. So far, we have received $3,000 investment for prototyping and product development, and our MVP is up and running in 3 deaf schools that have onboarded 150 learners through the support of Seagull Family Foundation and Voice Global. We have a strong team of expertise in software development, content development, and market distribution with a combined experience of 40 years. To achieve our goal plan, we are seeking to raise $200,000, of which 60% will go towards product development, 25% towards market development, and 15% toward hiring of talent.
Thank you very much, Anne. Anne's platform provides accessible content, curriculum, and life skills for deaf learners and persons. Judges, any questions for Anne?
Yes, Anne, thank you so much for your presentation. I think I need a little bit more clarity on the unit cost. You mentioned it was $5,500. What does that give somebody? If I pay $5,500, what am I accessing? Is that paid by an individual, a school? Just walk me through that a bit. I think you're on mute.
Anne, you're muted. Anne, you're muted.
Sorry for that. Once you pay that, for the school, it gets a full accessibility for all its students to access learning content for any levels of any of their classroom. So a class something will access, somebody in a different class will access, yeah.
So sorry to just add, then how are you thinking about repeat revenue? Is that 5,000 a one-off and then there's no other repeat revenue stream? How are you thinking about that?
It has a repeat revenue stream. That amount is for 1 year subscription. We have set our platform so that it was after 1 year, it just locks itself automatically. So the school or the user will have to have a renewal payment for it.
All right, any other question from the judges? Okay, great. We'll move on to the next presentation, and this is from Joan Mohammed from Tanzania, and she'll be presenting on Cello Care technologies. Joan's presentation will be running in a bit. Meanwhile, do feel free to comment in the chat box your thoughts, feedback.
Did you know that 90% of disabled people in Tanzania are in need of wheelchair devices? And the available imported wheelchairs are expensive, don't fit for usage, and they lack features that allow users to be more independent. Hello, my name is Jan Mohammed, co-founder of Celocare Technologies. At Celocare, we design and manufacture multifunctional wheelchairs that are affordable, fit for usage, and rich of features that are enabled disabled people to become more independent. I'm sure you're wondering what I mean by being more independent. As you're aware, most wheelchairs are designed for users to maintain sitting position only. The flexibility of our design allows users to obtain different positions such as sitting, standing, and sleeping, making it possible for them to reach high objects, perform activities on their own. Also, the application of big tires improve the wheelchair stability to withstand African terrains. Our chairs are multifunctional and are mostly made up with local available materials, which increase affordability. Celocare has conducted user tests on a number of people with different disabilities to improve our design, which is carried out by an amazing team of mechanical, electrical, and biomedical experts. We make money through direct sales, maintenance, selling of spare parts, and leasing our wheelchairs. Our cost of production per unit is $1,200 with a selling price of $1,500. Our price is much lower compared to the price of imported wheelchairs of the same quality and function. We expect this cost to be reduced to more than half after we start mass production of up to 1,000 units. Our target market is paraplegic or fully paralyzed people from 7 years of age to elders. Currently, the total addressable market is valued at $200 million, and with a serviceable obtainable market of $3 million. In addition to the flexibility of our wheelchairs, our competitive advantage is our ability to provide multifunctional wheelchairs at a lower cost, while also having after-sale services such as maintenance, which is one of the most important factors for our users. Our plan is to reach 1,000 customers by 2024 through strategic marketing and distribution channels. Our current production capacity is 1 wheelchair in 2 to 3 days. By 2024, we intend to roll out the manufacturing plant, expanding our production capacity to 5 wheelchairs within the same time frame. This will enable us to expand our sales and market to the East African region. To facilitate our company growth, we are collaborating with other companies such as Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology in research and development and product activities. Once we achieve mass production in 2023, our plan is to reach 40 customers and 120 customers by the end of 2025, with gross revenue of $172,000 and $1,200,000 and $500 respectively. This will be achieved through aggressive marketing and sales. We have a great team with expertise in user-centered design and manufacturing with more than 10 years of combined experience. The team is also competent in financial, marketing, and business development. To achieve our company growth, we seek to raise $1 million. 60% of the funds will go towards product development and mass production, while 40% will be distributed among team, production, and market development. We also seek partnership with local and international raw material suppliers and health institutes. These are my contacts. I look forward to connecting with you to explore partnership that will enable disabled people to become more independent. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, John. That is John Mohammed from Celocare Technologies, innovating from Tanzania. So as we move on, just before I hand it over to the judges in case they have any questions, I'd like you to go to the comment section, the webinar chat, and just write one adjective about what you think about the presentation so far. What you think about the presentation so far, just one adjective. For those of us who don't remember grammar very well, an adjective, I will not know what it is, but it's words like brilliant, interesting, many questions. So just one comment about what you think about the innovations that have been presented so far. Let's interact. Let's keep on listening. At this point, I'd like to invite the judges. Judges, if you have any questions for Joanne, this will be a good time.
Yeah,
Yes, Ben.
Yeah, I have
Okay,
one.
go fast.
Oh, sorry, Julius.
All right, we'll start with Ben, then we'll go to Julius.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. I think the product looks amazing. It looks really well designed. I was really surprised by your margin, your cost base and your retail price, and just interested to know how you achieved that. I think it was only $300. You have an existing business. Is it because you're kind of reinvesting profits from the rest of your business to support this project, or is it by some other means?
John? Joanne? All right. I think Joanne might have an internet problem, but once she comes back, she can also be able to give that answer in the chat. Julius, probably you can also just ask your question and then she'll combine both.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Joanne, have you heard the question?
Sorry, can you repeat it quickly? I think I've heard it. Let me answer it, and if I haven't answered correctly, then I can ask again.
Okay.
So at the moment, most of our expenses are being covered by the team because we are only starting, and we still want people to use our wheelchair and give us feedback. So at the moment, most of the costs are just being covered by the team.
Thank you.
Thank you. Julius?
So my question is on the wheelchairs themselves. Since you have them in they can take different shapes and help people sleep, sort of standing. Do you have customized, because I know people have different needs. Do they come to you and then you get the measurements from them and also prescription so that you have a wheelchair that is suited for them and their needs?
Yes, definitely. And that's one of the advantages of our wheelchairs, because then local people can come to us and then we'll make sure that is suitable for them. And also, I think and for them, we usually make
John, I think you seem to be having, a problem with the internet. Once you come back, please also feel free to just answer that in the chat box. I'm seeing some comments coming in from the chat box. There's Pana who is saying, well done. David Munya is saying, beautiful innovations. Betty Willie, fantastic. Ruth is saying, amazing. Mena is saying, brilliant indeed. Serena is saying, viable. Let's keep, the comments coming in. If you have any feedback, there is inspiring from Ladi. That is great. Now we'll go to the next presentation. The next presentation will be from Peter Mwangi, who is from Kenya. He'll be presenting on his innovation on advanced prosthetics.
Sandy was physically abled until she was diagnosed with bone cancer disease on her left lower limb, leading to amputation. As a result, her movement and daily living activities were limited, preventing her from enjoying her passion and quality of life. Sandy identifies and represents 90% of amputees who cannot access confident mobility in Kenya due to the current prosthetic devices shortcomings such as uncomfortable prosthetic sockets, heavy prosthetic limbs, expensive costs in procuring prosthetic limbs, poor in function prosthetic devices, long processes in acquiring an artificial limb. My name is Peter Mwangi, founder and CEO of Advanced Prosthetic and Orthotic Care Center, based in Kenya. Our user-centered prosthetic 3D design technology allows us to achieve precision, desirability, comfortable, fitting and speed in manufacturing process of prosthetic limbs, which guarantees accuracy of size, affordability, comfort, and functionality when a patient comes to our clinic. We do a physical assessment, give advice, and assure the patient on the best quality care. We use 3D scanner to scan the client residual limb. Then we use our software cloud platform to generate the data captured by the scanner to perform socket creation. We send the final command to a 3D printer, which is able to print and produce an elevated prosthetic socket, which provides the following quality of care. 1, it improves cost to comfort. 2, it reduces the cost of production. 3, it reduces time of fabrication and acquiring a prosthetic limb. 4, it increases accessibility and affordability of prosthetic limbs. And by doing so, it provides confidence and good comfort, hence giving our clients a quality care, a quality of life. Our revenue stream includes sales of prosthetic limbs, spare parts, and maintenance services. Also, we have fees from consulting and training, which we offer to individual professionals, and also from insurance commission. Our cost structure includes the cost of operations, production, and customer acquisition. Our prosthetic prices ranges from USD 1,000 to 4,000. The cost of producing 1 unit of below the knee prosthetic is USD 500 and USD 700 for above the knee, with a profit margin of 39% for below the knee prosthetic limb and 17% for above the knee, respectively. The total addressable market is USD 687 million, with a serviceable obtainable market of USD 6.39 million. We acquire our customers majorly through hospital referrals and insurance companies. So far, we have been able to service 39 clients and generated a total revenue of USD 24,964 by October 2022. Looking at our competitor analysis, our product is superior because of our robust 3D technology and print ability. It's also cost-effective, durable, comfortable, and functional. Hence, our plan for the year 2023 is to invest in 3D printers by starting a 3D print plant hub in Kenya, hence tapping into the ready harvest of disability sports, focusing on Paralympics through the World Para-Athletics in 2024, and increasing our sales revenue by 60% through B2B sales. Our next 2 years will focus on product and market development with an ambition of becoming the #1 manufacturer and distributor of assistive technology in Africa. We intend to grow thereby our business by 20% and 30% respectively for the year 2023 and 2024. We are a team of 5 with expertise in prosthetics and orthotics, marketing and sales, and our finance is outsourced. Our ask hence is USD 140,000 for product development, marketing, and business development. To expand and gain access to bigger markets in the prosthetic care industry, we are seeking partnerships with leading health organizations, hospitals, and insurance companies. These are my contacts. I look forward to connecting with you to explore partnerships that will transform amputees through quality healthcare.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is Peter Mwangi from Kenya, the founder, Advanced Prosthetics. Any questions from the judges? Jonas?
Thank you so much. Interesting presentation, interesting solution. You mentioned that the cost of the prosthetic ranges between $1,000 and $4,000 when it was under the knee, I think. Just to determine the affordability around it, what would it cost with other options out in the market today? And then if you could also say a little bit about the durability how long does your product last? That'll be great. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Jonas. I heard you clearly. To Julius, I'm wearing a navy blue coat and a maroon shirt, fairly light. My name is Peter Mwangi. Thank you for that. I'll now proceed to answer that question. Currently, those are the margins that we have in the market, and they are quite expensive. And the reason why we're bringing 3D printability is to cut down on the cost of production and to increase accessibility and affordability. If we get to invest in 3D printers by starting year 2023 next year, we can able to cut down the cost of production, bring down the margin of 1,000 to 4,000, which is the current affordability rates of prosthetics, as compared to what I've shown with my competitors like Autobook and other prosthetic industries. We can bring the margin down to around lower to below $1,000 USD. So for below knee, we can make it around 500 USD, and above knee, you can make it at around 850 USD. Matters concerning durability, the materials that we use for printing are highly strong, highly durable because of the PLA. And one thing when it comes to 3D printability, in design, the software of the robust platform is able to give you an option on increasing the density, print density. So you're able to strengthen the socket and give it the strength that relates to the weight of your patient. So that is something that the robust software or 3D technology is able to meet. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Any other question from the judges? All right. So we'll go to the next presentation, and I'm glad there's a lot of interaction going on in the webinar chat. Yes, please feel free if you have any questions that you think probably need to be tackled or any clarifications, ask them to the ventures and the founders, and they can be able to answer in the chat boxes. Next, we'll go to Tita Masinde from Kenya, who will be presenting on an innovation called Braille Board.
Hi, meet Joseph, a visually impaired 20-year-old student from a low-income family. He aims to maintain excellent grades in order to graduate, get a good job, and support his family. This is, however, difficult as his university library has very few Braille textbooks. These textbooks cost thousands of dollars in Braille since they are big and they have to be split into several volumes. Joseph represents a much bigger problem of access of learning resources for visually impaired students in learning institutions. This is because the books are very expensive and bulky. For example, a typical university textbook costs $80 in regular print and $4,000 in Braille. In regular print, it comes in at 800 pages, which is a single volume. In Braille, it comes in 43 separate volumes. Braille displays are also expensive for blind people in low-income regions, as they can cost up to $5,000. Unlike Braille, which is a tactile writing system where each character is represented by a 3x2 matrix of raised dots, our solution uses haptic feedback to read touchscreens for blind and visually impaired students and professionals. My name is Tito Masinde, founder of BrailleBoard. I am revolutionizing the way blind people access educational resources. BrailleBoard gives our users the independence and freedom to read Braille from any touchscreen they wish at an affordable price. Our revenue streams will include sale of the wearable device, sale of app packages, repairs, and maintenance. We anticipate that our cost structure will include cost of production, cost of operation, and cost of acquiring customers.
The cost per unit will be $122. The sale of hardware will be $306. Our cost of customer acquisition will be $12, which includes cost of guide, hospitality, and cost of demo product. Our target market is blind users who can read Braille from primary schools to university. Our total global available market is 284 million blind people, with a serviceable obtainable market for Kenya at 1,000 users in the next 2 years. The common features among the competitors are keyboard, audio, Bluetooth, and internet connectivity. Our unique value proposition is the inclusion of computer vision, which will enable our users to read educational tools such as graphs and charts. Our journey has comprised of various prototypes, including a serial communication prototype all the way to a computer vision prototype. We have conducted user testing and are currently incorporating feedback into our MVP. Moving forward, we plan to have our MVP by March 2023, a technical and commercial team by December 2023, a user base of 1,000 users by 2024. We also plan to partner with schools, universities, and online education platforms to roll out our solution. We project to have 200 clients in the first year with a revenue of $61,200 and ambitiously grow our revenue by 5x. I am the only founder working with an outsourced expert team, but plan on filling the product, market, business roles in the next 1 year. We're looking for partnerships with local and international institutions for product testing, as well as $200,000 seed funding for product development, team, market, and business development. These are my contacts. I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is Tito Masinde from Braille Board. Judges, do we have any questions? I see there are some questions in the chat box, but let's start with the judges first. Yes, Julius.
Thank you very much for the presentation. It's a good innovation, especially for to eliminate the bulkiness and cost of Braille. I have two questions though. The first one is, do you have like different speeds on the haptics, and also do they read the whole word per word or letter by letter? Because we know Braille has 6 cells, and the tactile bit of it is because you feel it, so you move as you read. The next question is on the different languages on Braille. We have Braille for English, French, music, and so. So I'm wondering, do you have a software that distinguishes the different languages, especially if you're reading a paragraph that has, numericals? So does it switch back and forth? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you for the question. With regards to speed, the speed can be adjusted. And then also, I think the second question was regarding the languages. I'm currently using LibLouise, which is an open source Braille translator, and it has up to, I think, 150 languages. So it can cater to all languages.
All right, Julius, I hope that has been answered. Ben?
Can I ask one question? Do we have time?
Yes, we do have time. Please ask away.
Okay, great. Tito, I love this idea. I think you've hit on something really interesting because it's very different. There's a different way of solving the problem, right? I do think it's very early, in terms of, the evolution of the physical concept and the prototyping. I do feel like the cost base may, increase quite a bit as you get into the product development and the engineering. But that aside, I think it's a wonderful idea, and I'd love to understand how the computer vision side of it works. Because Braille is one thing, but communicating an image is an entirely different proposition.
So the computer vision that is a feature that I'm currently working on, because I want the product to be focused on smartphones, so that as the user swipes their finger across the screen, we'll be using optical character recognition to look at the words that are beneath the user's finger, so that then the motors will then apply pressure on the user's fingers in the correct Braille code. Yeah, so that's where the computer vision comes in. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Sheila, you're muted.
Sorry about that. I'm saying I'm just going to ask Tito some 2 questions from the chat box. One is, where does this stand against the increasing text to audio applications and software? That's from Ladi. And then Sheila is asking, do you mean the device cannot work without internet connectivity? If yes, what's the opportunity in primary schools with connectivity challenges and households? Kindly, in the next 1 minute, if you could answer those. Thank you.
Please remind me what the first one was.
All right. Where does the device stand against the increasing text to audio applications and software?
Oh, text to audio. From the research that I've done, if you're doing, okay, if you are studying, most users prefer to read rather than to listen, and text to speech is you are listening. And if you read, you retain more. So most people prefer to read than to listen. And then the second question was with regards to internet.
If the device can work with internet, and if not, what's the opportunity in primary schools and households that have connectivity challenges?
Yeah, it does not need to be connected to the internet to work.
All right. I hope that is answered, Sheila and Ladi from the chat. Thank you so much, Tito. And now we've actually come to the very last presentation for the day, and this will be done by Stefan Hatting from South Africa. The innovation is on Hypnagogic React.
You are all seasoned investors. As investors, you seek investment that are profitable, growth-driven, and sustainable, with a social impact, isn't it? That's right. Hi, I'm Stefan Hatting from South Africa. I'm excited to introduce you to Hypnagogic React, a disruptive, highly scalable solution with a defined social impact. Andrew has an 8-to-5 job and recently upgraded his home to a smart home due to his disability. He uses the voice assistant Alexa to switch on the lights and monitor appliances. This is extremely convenient for someone like him. Andrew turned to his favorite podcast every night to help him fall asleep, but find himself awake usually around midnight, only to realize his podcast is still playing and the lights are on. The problem is the process fully awakens him, and when he pauses his podcast and switches off the light, Andrew then lies awake in bed for hours, trying to fall asleep again, disrupting the quality of sleep he especially needs as a disabled individual. Andrew is not alone or unique. The inconvenience and sleep disruptive experiences when falling asleep, listening to a podcast or audiobook, and the high energy cost of running your central heating when you fall asleep. It is estimated that if the UK alone only lowers their thermostat by 1 degree, the national energy bill can be reduced by $890 million, enough to lift households in the UK out of fuel poverty. Hypnagogic React, a mobile application that connects your smart watch or other biometric device to your smartphone to automate actions when you fall asleep or wake up. The results are improved livelihood, mental wellness, and general well-being. The inclusive solution is especially useful to people who are paraplegic or quadriplegic. It allows them to operate with increased independence where limited or no help is available. One platform, two products. The solution is simplistic. A mobile app that is integrated with Google Sleep API, which detects sleep from multiple biometric devices, then sends the signal to Hypnagogic Create, which then initiates actions when you have fallen asleep. So simplistic, but so convenient. We are the only solution with an automated sleep detection approach. We have patent protection through the National Patent Protection Treaty, and the solution has been tested to be executable by a third party. Current solutions include only timer-based applications, with Apple and Spotify having built-in timers. On Android, there are apps with millions of downloads. This is evidence of the need for an application like Hypnagogic React. The solution will be provided for free to people with disabilities. For other people, it will be a monthly fee of $3.99. We only need 20,000 users to have a revenue of $60,000 per month and $720,000 per annum, with a profit margin of 74%. So far, our course has been in the discovery process of the app development. We have a strong team. I'm an MBA graduate at Tier 1 Business School and have experience in technology deployment, tax, accounting, auditing, and finance. My wife Chantal is our social impact leader with a teaching degree. She knows the importance of empathy and compassion. Our app development team built the MTN App of the Year for 2022 and has more than 50 clients. The marketing team is a new generation of content marketers through video, audio, and social media. With 4 international awards behind their authentic short form, From the Ashes. We therefore seek a socially responsible partner through a total investment of $100,000 for 15% shareholding. 50% of this investment will be used for development, 35% for marketing and legal, 15%. This immediate ask is $15,000, which is low because of the advantages of developing a mobile app. This will allow us to launch an MVP by the end of April 2023 and a full version ready to generate income by the end of October 2023. Thank you for your time and the team at Innovate Now who have made all of this possible. If you have any questions, please ask.
All right. Thank you so much, Stefan Hatting from South Africa, presenting on Hypnagogic React. I already see Bernard has his hand up. So Bernard, go first. Ben, sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, great pitch. I think what I find really interesting is that your positioning is it's a mainstream piece of tech, but you've identified its potential as assistive technology as well. So it's a problem for everyone, but especially for people with disabilities, and it's free to them. So I love that business model. I guess my question is more about your IP. My assumption is that it's around your IP specifically is targeted towards podcasts and that area. I just wonder how far your protection stretches.
Hi Ben, hi everyone. I have light brown hair and a light blue shirt. Interesting question. So there's actually 2 patents. So the one patent is focused on the podcast and audiobooks, and the second one, so it's more media stretch, and the other one is focused on smart home devices. The reasons for this is you need to be focused with your patent protection. So currently we filed for the PCT treaty, which means we have a 12-month period, and after that you file with WIPO, and only after WIPO is finished, you file in each individual country. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Stefan.
Pleasure.
All right. Any other question from the judges? Any questions from the chat? Okay, all right. I'm glad that we are on time. At this point, we'd like to release the judges so that they can go and have some discussions and deliberate on who the best AT innovation in cohort 6 is. But I'd also request that we have a poll. It should be coming to your screen any minute from now. And the poll is, among the assistive technology innovations presented, which one do you think has the most impact? We've heard from 7 innovations from Kenya, Zambia, South Africa, and Tanzania. And the question we are asking today is, among the assistive technology devices innovations presented, which one do you think has the most impact? You can only choose one. We have Seizure Assistant, CRESTNet VR, DevHop, Hypnagogic React, Advanced Prosthetics, Brailleboard, and Cello Care Technologies. It will also be important at this time that you also get a chance to, again, interact, give your comments if you have any in the chat box. And we look forward to hear or get your feedback on the same. If there are any questions, you can also use the Q&A feature to just ask, and then we'll find a way of answering or getting back to you. Thank you. I hope most of us, if not all of us, have gotten a chance to do the poll. At this point, I'd like to invite a presentation from Innovate Now. I know our judges have just left for the deliberations. So we'll have a video showing what is Innovate Now and how Innovate Now does its work as far as promoting assistive technology in Africa is concerned. As that video comes on, as I said, please let's feel free to comment, interact. If you did not get a chance to introduce yourself, do so in the chat box. You can say who or what your name is, which organization do you work or are affiliated to, and so far, what has been your feedback based on the presentations that we have had? Do you like them? You don't like them? What are the areas of improvement? What are the areas of collaboration that you see so far? In the chat box, I think we have a lot of resourceful people who've joined us. We have Sheila Luta from the Ministry of Education in Kenya. I know from the introductions earlier, we had people from South Africa. We had Frederick Otieno from Advanced Prosthetics and Orthotics from Kenya. We had Rebecca Nuno representing AfroLink from Ghana.
Sheila, I'm ready to share the video if that's helpful.
All right, the video should be coming on anytime now. Should be coming on anytime now.
Innovate Now is Africa's first assistive technology accelerator program and inclusive innovation ecosystem with a global reach. We are part of the Global Disability Innovation Hub. We are motivated by a huge problem, huge unmet global needs and human rights. Today, there are around 2.5 billion people that need assistive technology. And according to WHO and UNICEF, this number is set to hit 3.5 billion by 2050. So we work to increase access to assistive technology, especially in Africa. Assistive technology has huge potential to impact the lives of persons with disability so that they can participate more freely in society. Now, the Digital AT and Entrepreneurship Project is actually a collaboration between Global Disability Innovation Hub, ICT Norway, supported by NORAD and the Norwegian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to bring a new wave of momentum in helping to scale access to assistive technology by leveraging on digital technologies as well as increase investment for AT startups in Africa.
We are very excited to have this partnership with the GDI Hub on Innovate Now. The area of assistive technology is an area which is of high priority for the Norwegian government. And then we're talking about tools within the new digital world, for instance, within the metaverse, within internet, that will make it easier and possible for these large section of the global population to take an active participation and equal participation in that. Norwegian development assistance is now moving towards a direction where we want to be more catalytic. That means that we want to see that for every dollar of development aid we support, attract private financing as well. So it means that to cover that gap and reach those goals, we basically need to mobilize at least $10 of private capital for every dollar of aid money.
We are focused on innovation and technology, but we serve those with visual impairment. Our overarching goal is about inclusion. Why do we think about inclusion? We believe that there cannot be inclusion for those with different abilities, and especially those with visual impairment, without access to literacy and skills. That is quality education.
There are opportunities to look at this sector from a different lens. What I mean is, traditionally, this has been looked at from the lens of charity and charitable donations. However, we are seeing that to create a sustainable future, we have to create markets that work for assistive technology, and we have to build local capacity for ventures that can meet that need locally as well as globally. And the trend that we are seeing is that the more investments we make for assistive technology, the more we are pushing the world closer to achieving the sustainable development goals, because more children can go to school with assistive technology, more working age adults can be engaged in meaningful work and contribute to the economy. We welcome partners to help grow the AT ecosystem. We run accelerator programs. We are trying to come up with sustainable mechanisms of investing in AT startups across Africa. So it's an exciting time, and there's an opportunity for everyone to contribute.
Okay, thank you very much. Even as we interact in the chat box, I'd like to remind us to make a proper introduction. There is a very good example that probably I'd use in the chat box, and most of us could follow this. This is Sumanth. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. This is Sumanth. Let me just read this introduction so that we can also follow suit. This is Sumanth Mudalia from One Septual Technologies, India. We develop mobility vehicles for people with lower limb disabilities. It was really a great experience to hear all the ideas. We'll be happy to connect for any ideas where I can contribute, and Sumanth has made sure that he leaves their LinkedIn profile so that in case you don't connect, you can get in touch with them. It's very important that as we introduce ourselves and probably what our organizations do, we also put contacts or how people can reach us. If you cannot share your email, please feel free to share your LinkedIn profile so that it can also be easy for anybody who might want or has seen avenues for collaboration to do the same. Okay. Let's continue. Let's give comments. Let's share and introduce ourselves, and also share the contact details so that it can be easy for people from within this community to be able to reach out to us. Next, we'll have another video playing on cohort 7. The demo day that we are currently doing is on cohort 6. So we are recruiting for cohort 7 for next year.
My name is Bernard Shearer. I'm the director at Innovate Now, Africa's first assistive technology accelerator. I'm excited to tell you about the call for application for our 7th cohort under the Digital Assistive Technology and Entrepreneurship project. We are looking for solutions that especially target children and the elderly to join our next cohort that commences in January of 2023. If you're an entrepreneur that is passionate about assistive technology and are interested in the African market, then we're looking for you. You can apply to Innovate Now by going to our website, www.innovatenow.com/apply. That's www.atinnovatenow.com/apply. We encourage you to submit your application by the 5th of January. We look forward to receiving your application and to supporting you to take assistive technology solutions to those that need it most in Africa. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bernard, for that. And in case you'd want more information on cohort 7 and how you can apply, please feel free to join the Innovate Now website. Go to the website at atinnovatenow.com and you'll get a chance to do just that. At this point, I'd like to invite one of the judges. Are we feeling any tension? We can just reply that on the comment section. Any tension? It's a yes or no. Yes, no, excited. I'd like to get some adjectives coming. Yes, no. I'm glad people are introducing themselves. It's good, but also I'd like to know your feelings at this point. No, there's Bright from Seizure Assistant saying no. I'm glad that is from one of our ventures. This is great. So at this point, I'd like to invite one of our judges, Michelle Mboha, the investment manager at Inua Capital, who'll officially be taking over this session. I can see Supana Biswa saying, holding my breath. There's John saying a bit, haha. All right. Peter saying we are good to go. All right. Exciting. Michelle?
Thank you so much. We had a little bit of a deliberation on who should present. I did not want to do this because judging is a really difficult thing. I think, first of all, thank you to everybody who's presented. For somebody who's really new to the space of assistive technology, for me, this has been a very interactive session and a very informative session to really just step outside of my little bubble and understand a little bit more the realities for people who have disabilities and how society quite often ignores their needs and is not as intentional about their needs. So I'm really glad there's a lot of people being very intentional about this space. Very quickly, without further ado, I'll just announce. I'll start with the person who went in third position. And I'll ask one of the judges maybe to briefly, when I announce them, say something about why they felt very strongly about this particular business. So in third place for us, drum roll please, everybody. In third place was Seizure Assist from Zambia. And maybe just one other judge could quickly talk about why they liked Seizure Assist.
Okay. Before one of the judges speaks, I think Seizure Assistant deserves a round of applause, right? So if you can, just do that, switch on your video or clap, that will be good. Okay. Judges?
Yeah, shall I go?
Yes,
sorry,
please.
Was that Julius? Were you just stepping in then? No. Okay. Yeah, it was really difficult. I think Seizure Assist, we felt from an impact perspective was really strong. Clearly had a really well developed product and service, very good kind of understanding of the problem, lived experience in there too, and a really strong team. So well done. We thought it was fantastic.
Great. Thank you so much, Ben. And in second place, again, this was also another, we've been deliberating till the last second, which is probably why John came back in a little bit late. And so for us in second place, we have Hypnagogic from South Africa. So congratulations.
A round of applause for Hypnagogic React. You can just switch on your videos and please share your excitement with Hypnagogic React. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle,
Great.
would you like a judge to speak on it?
Yes, I would, because there's quite a lot we can say, but I want somebody to just quickly speak on that.
Awesome, awesome. Who would like to go first? Judges?
Do you want me to go?
I
What,
can
Janice?
take this one. All right, no, but I mean, we all see that it's an amazing solution that you have created, the team has created, has a lot of potential for scaling. Probably the solution in the cohort that we think has the largest potential for scale. And I can just tell you this, it was very difficult for us to pick between the top three. We all had different favorites. Maybe I'm not allowed to say that, or maybe it's comforting for some to hear that. So you were actually favorite for some of the judges' team, Hypnagogic. The reason why you didn't get the #1 spot was probably on the impact, where we saw that there were other cases that might have stronger impact. But from a business model perspective, scalability perspective, problem solution fit, brilliant stuff, and very good presentation skills, Stephen. So well done.
Thank you so much, Jonas. And finally, in the first position, this is something I'm very excited about. We all cumulatively agreed that this is the business that had significant impact. This is the business that we're very, very excited and we want to see grow. And so in first position, we have DevOp. So I'm very excited about DevOp.
All right. Judges?
So maybe I can just speak a little bit about DevOps. So for me, again, coming from a space where the reality of disability has not been something I've had to deal with quite often, it was really just interesting to learn just how difficult it is for people. And for me, I thought in terms of traction, DevOps has definitely shown there's significant traction, but they've also shown there's a very clear product market fit, and there's people very willing and able to pay for the product. I personally think there's definite additional revenue streams this business could have as they scale down the road. But to see that with such little resources, they've been able to build something this solid and something with that much traction and something that we all believe is very scalable, not just in Kenya, but across Africa and across East Africa. I was very excited to have this take the #1 slot.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. We have one more category.
Yes, we have one more category, and this is because as judges, we felt it was very unfair to give us this job with only 3 slots. And for me, this is coming again from a very personal place. I very recently learned my dad is going blind. And so for me, Braille is a company that we felt deserved the most impactful and the most awarding. This is a business that we felt very strongly, as much as it's early stage, the impact is massive, the impact is significant, and we see that this can go very far. But we all agreed that it's still in a very early stage right now, and probably needs a couple more months of support, incubation support and acceleration support. But we did not want Braille to live without this recognition, because we feel very strongly there's a genuine problem you are trying to solve, and there's a definite product market fit that you just need a few tweaks here and there. So congratulations to Braille Up. You are our most promising entrepreneur today.
All right, please, a round of applause for Braille Board. That is Tito Masinde. Congratulations for being the most promising AT Innovation Cohort 6 2022. I see a lot of excitement in the chat box too. And there are also contacts being made. Sheila Luta from the Ministry of Education is already telling DEFOP to reach out for partnership opportunities. So that is very good. I think at this point, it will be wonderful that they also get a chance to say something, even if it's just one word or one short sentence, right? So we could start with the second runners up, and that is Bright from Seizure Assistant. Bright, how are you feeling this evening?
Surprised and well, very, very thankful. I was obviously put in line with some really, really amazing solutions here, and I didn't see myself being here. I'm really grateful, and this is indeed a boost to even do more to ensure that this is out there and people are being used, or rather helped using this innovation. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you so much. We'd like to also hear from Stefan, all the way from South Africa, Hypnagogic React. Stefan, how are you feeling this evening?
Very excited and thankful for this opportunity and the journey that we went through, for the help from everyone there at Innovate Now, Kilimanjaro Trust, to making it actually possible for us and helping us every step of the way through experts like, I won't mention names because everyone put in a lot of effort. So, and thank you to all you guys. It was amazing. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Stefan, and congratulations are in order. And to the winning innovation, DevOps. Anne.
Yes.
Were you expecting this, or is this a total surprise?
It's a total surprise, a very total surprise. I'm grateful to everybody who have confidence in this innovation and who would want to, seeing the deaf persons as what be deserving of the innovation. Thank you. Thank you to the entire team. Thank you to also the cohort members that you are with. Thank you to the trainers who have, through the 6 months journey, mentored us to having a product that is already being used and tested in the deaf schools. So thank you, everyone, and I'm appreciative, really. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, and Gloria Njoki, and congratulations are in order. To the most promising AT Innovation Cohort 6 2022, Braille Board. Tito?
Yeah, well, I'm so thankful and grateful for the recognition. And as you have said, there's things that I have to work on, and I will take your feedback into consideration. But thank you so much for the recognition and for the encouragement also. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And congratulations are in order for all our winners for this evening. To all the 7 ventures, thank you so much for also putting a lot of effort and working towards making AT sustainable for all. At this point, we'll also want to know what are the results of the poll, right? There's, the criteria that judges were using, but there's also this simple question that we asked: which one do you think is likely to have the most impact? I'd like those poll results to come up. The question was, which of the presentations do you think is likely to have the most impact? And we'll be getting the results right about now. Okay, interesting. Among the assistive technology innovations presented, which one do you think has the most impact? At number 1, with 33%, is advanced prosthetics. At number 1 with 33% is advanced prosthetics. The second one was seizure assistant at 24%. And then we have a tie between Braille Board at 14% with Cello Care Technologies at 14%. This is good feedback. Thank you so much for contributing towards this. As we come to a close, I'd like to leave the chat box open for the next very few minutes so that you can also just get a chance to contribute, leave your contacts, if you need to introduce yourself, if you haven't, and interact with anyone that you would. But at this point, we've come to the end of this session. And I'm being told we cannot finish without some of us getting a chance to just have a view of how the trophy looks like. So for those of us who can be able to see, this is a trophy from Innovate Now. It is written Best at Innovation Cohort 6 Accelerator, September to December. The program is for 3 months. Innovate Now, Global Disability Innovation Hub, and the GDI Hub Accelerate logos are there with the NORAD, IKT, NOGI, I hope that's the pronunciation, and the Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa. So this is a specific trophy that is being presented to Deaf Outreach Program, but we have 3 others of this for the second runners-up, first runners-up, and the most promising AT innovation. All right, so at this point, we'd like to thank our partners for making this happen. Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa for always taking the lead as far as Live Labs is concerned. GDI Hub and GDI Accelerate for being great partners as far as the AT innovation and IN is concerned. NORAD too, thank you very much. And also to our judges, we thank you for making time to assess and offer your expertise in these specific innovations and giving your feedback, and to the participants. I think at this point, again, if you are able to, you can switch on your video so that we can just do a quick hi, or, you know, wave at each other if you're able to from wherever you're seated. Quickly, if you're able to turn on your video, then you can be able to do that. Just say hi, bye. Look at each other if you're able to do that. If you are not, put it on the chat. It will also be good that we have at this point a group photo. You know, this is what we call a group photo. Yes, I see some of us are looking for great lighting. That is nice. You also need a good background for this. Tobias, our sign language interpreter, your lights seem to just have gone off at this very important section, you know, why we are taking the group photo. All right. So we can, you know, as a round of applause, either do this or clap if we can. In sign language, in sign language, when you're signing, you know, claps, you just wave your hands. So we can be able to do that. Awesome. I see people are taking this opportunity to also share their contacts in the chat box. That is great. Okay, let's pause and smile for that group photo. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I see the good backgrounds and the lighting. Okay, thank you so much to all our participants who made time and stayed with us until the end of this session. Until next time, when we'll be doing Demo Day Cohort 7, take care of yourselves. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Amen. Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
All right. Thank you. Oh, somebody is reminding me that I did not properly introduce myself. My name is Sheila Waswa. I was your MC. I am a program officer at Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa, and I implement the Live Labs in Innovate Now. Bye.